Hello, everyone. I don't have a topic again today. I'm just going to be vlogging. The last vlog I posted later last night because I had a lot of stuff going on, but I asked you guys if you could let me know any topics you wanted me to talk about, because I have I got kind of mixed reviews what you guys wanted me to do. So if you're wondering why I'm going in my attic right now, today I want to work on some stuff. My attic needs insulated, and I built this door here that I just opened to help keep air from escaping through the attic door. What's that, honey? I'm going to work in the attic today. There was, I wouldn't say a ton of crap up here when we bought the place, but there was stuff, and there's still things up here. I mean, you can kind of see the attic is somewhat insulated. There were a lot of bare spots, like this insulation here was actually leftover stuff from the acoustic panels I built in the studio. So I filled in spots, but the insulation's old, and there's still, even like right here, there's a gap, missing insulation, and I want to work on this today. I don't have the money right now to get the insulation, but our old place, we were renting, but we kind of had this deal that if I kept up on it, they kept the rent low. And one of the things we ended up doing, I'm going to shut this door so none of the heat leaves. So this is, see, the entrance to my attic, and I got this big old door here. Sorry, the lighting's not great up here, but I built this big, thick door out of things I had. So I built this like frame. I think this is, it's like 1x8. And then I built this door out of 1x8, used 7/8 plywood, or not 7/8, 7/16 plywood out of 1x8, insulated it, because I had the plan to insulate up here. So I wanted to get that all nice and good. But the old place, the house was not insulated, but the attic sort of was, like this place. And one of the things they did for us was they got the house insulated, but the company also added insulation in the attic, and it helped a ton. I couldn't believe it. It makes sense, but at the time too, I was just like, I guess it would help. It would have helped that much, and it really did. So I'm going to do that here. I've been wanting to do it for a while. And the way we did it before, I had 2x4s. They asked if I could use 2x6s, but I did it with 2x4s, and they didn't say anything. They just insulated it anyway. So I was just using what I had. So what I do have now are these like 1x8s. Probably not going to use this one because it's all broken and a little rotted. But there's a lot of these up here. There's some even thicker ones, actually, it looks like. They look like 1x12s. But I also have some out under the shop left over from something else. So what I'm going to do, since there's a bunch of this plywood up here, I think this is 1/2 inch or 7/16. This looks like 1/2 inch. Some 7/16. Doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this wood. These are the ceiling rafters. They run this way, obviously. So I'm going to get some of these and run them perpendicular. I think that's the right word. I'm probably going to have to get, I have pieces of scrap everything. Probably, I didn't know this 4x4 was up here. Probably won't use a 4x4, maybe 2x4s or maybe more 1x stuff, but I'm going to put just as an example, this 4x4 I'll kind of put here, screw it into the ceiling rafter, and then put this up here. I'll cut it so it's even with the top, and I'll screw these all together so it can hold that up. But then I'll have two, I don't know what you would call it, just runners like this that are going perpendicular. And then I'll have one like here, and then maybe, I don't know, a couple feet away I'll have another one, and then I'm going to run this plywood on top of it to make like a little catwalk. There's some things up here, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. I was thinking, my door, the attic access door's here, so it's like right in front of me behind the camera, and then there's the peak of the roof there with the vents. So what I was kind of thinking was I'd make a catwalk end to end on the house. And by the way, the reason to do that is because I make a catwalk, and then I put more insulation up here to that height, to the bottom of the top of the catwalk, right? So now I have thicker insulation. So the idea was I'd make a catwalk from this side of the house to the other side, so I can access the house. But then I was thinking, like I've been putting in lights in all the different rooms. Over here where this silver pipe is, that's the vent for the bathroom, like the ceiling vent, which I got to redo. It's all, I don't know if you could really tell from here, but it kind of goes, there's like a 180 bend and then like a 90 bend. It goes up, and it's the bathroom has gotten a lot of moisture damage, even with the fan being on. I think because it's very restrictive. I want to fix that eventually. But anyways, there's a bunch of stuff like that from redoing a lot of the electrical. I have a lot of the wires just laying up here for now, which is probably fine, but I kind of want to organize that a little bit better. I started putting, there's none over here. You can't really see them. You probably can't see that. Let me see. Well, I have like this green piece of foam, but you can't see them. I have different junction boxes and stuff, and I put little poles in and kind of like stapled them or something to the roof rafters here. Like this box, I'd put like a little, I'll use the 4x4 again, just like little sticks or something. I was just kind of stapling so they stick up so I know where they are. Because when I was doing this wiring, I had to move the insulation. I'm like downstairs, and I'd measure like, okay, this is 5 feet this way. And I come up here, I'm like, okay, so the wall's here, and measure. It just took me a minute to figure out. So I was marking these spots. So if I ever need to come back here, up here to access a junction box or a light or something, like there's junction boxes, the ceiling box or whatever it's called for like ceiling fans and stuff like that. I was kind of marking them so I knew where they were. So I wanted to do the catwalk back and forth, but then I was like, well, I should kind of maybe branch it off to be able to better access those things. But then I was eating breakfast and drinking coffee, talking to my wife about it, and I was like, I don't know if I really need to do all that. You know what I mean? Because how often am I going to need to do that? Not often. When I do, I'm probably going to be glad that I did, but I stop and think about it. It's like, well, I can always just kind of, with the catwalk, if I needed the doors, access doors behind the camera, if I had to come over here where I'm sitting now, I'm parallel with the access door, and I needed to reach something over here, couldn't I just kind of move the insulation and just step on the rafters? I mean, it's one of those things. It's like I'll probably be glad I did it later. But like, what's What's the point? um, the pros and cons of this. I know some of you guys say I think too much, but I like to think about how I'm going to do something first before I do it, because I can, it's kind of like measure twice, cut once is my thought process on all that. So with that being said, I don't know, maybe you guys have given me a lot of insight before in the comments, so maybe you can. Even though by the time I post this video, I'll probably do it because I want to just get it done. It's cold up here, so I could do that. It'll be done, and then honestly, I want to get all this stuff kind of cleaned up too. There's just random pieces of plywood up here that honestly I could probably use later on if I take it outside, store it in the shop with all the other pieces of plywood. That would be great. I mean, some of these pieces, I might end up even using all of it, to be honest. I might have to bring some up now that I'm looking at it. But if I did that way, I'd have less stuff to clean up, right? Less stuff to take out later. If I don't, I'll have more plywood for projects that, I mean, I already have a ton down there, so I'm kind of like, I'd rather just use what I have up here. Just bring my buzzsaw up here and just, do it to it. But I don't know. I can't really decide. I'm not sure. I'm trying to just go through all the pros and cons. The other idea I just thought of while talking about this, if I make my catwalk, this way I could always go to certain spots. Like say if I, here I'm above, what am I above? The dining room, I think. I'm in between the dining room and living room. I have little light boxes that I need to access. I just don't think I'll need to. The thing is, you say that now and you have to later. But what I could do, instead of just making another catwalk, I can just leave some of the plywood here on these rafters, insulate over top of it, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be better to use, see this white insulation? That's like the blow-in stuff. That must have been left over from another project from the previous homeowner, and they kind of just threw it up here for extra insulation. If I go with something like that, I'm going to go with whatever's cheaper. But even if it's the roll stuff or the bats, if I put it on top of the plywood, I could just flip it over and just access it that way, and that would be super easy. I could just put a screw or two in it, and just so it never slides, That'd probably be golden. That's probably a decent idea. But then I'm kind of like, well, what's the point of doing the catwalk then? I don't know. I don't want to cut corners either. But now that I'm kind of looking at everything, I don't really have a lot of the right planks up here to make the catwalk, so I'm going to have to go get it. It's going to be a lot of carrying of wood. I think those 1-bys, honestly, are going to be fine. I didn't realize I never put the lid on this junction box over here. See, I have I nailed this junction box to the top of the rafter. I left the lid off for some reason. I must have thought I was coming back up to do something. See, random light. Might as well just get it out of here, you know what I mean? Man, there's a whole freaking, where is that? A 1x12? I'm pointing at it, but in the camera it doesn't look like I'm pointing at it. Lily, did you call me? What's up?
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. I'll be coming down in a minute. I want to keep this shut though, because I can feel the heat coming out. I mean, I could use that, but that's like, man, if I would have known that was up here, I could have used that in my shop for a header. I have this big, this is like a 1 by, shoot, I don't even know, 1 by 12. That's like a 2 by 12 here. But look how long that is, man. It's like 7 feet long. I could have used that. I could just use it up here, but that's a good piece of lumber. I mean, that's probably 8 foot 2 by 12. It's 2024, December of 2024. I would guess that that sucker untreated is probably an 8-footer. I don't know, 50 bucks maybe, 40 bucks, 30 bucks. I don't even know. But I think I'll save that. Here's another 1 by 6 I think I can use. You see what I mean though? Oh, there's some side, I can use that. I need to patch some of the holes on the siding. I don't know how that ended up here. But I think I'm just gonna take note. I'm not gonna shoot video for it or do a time lapse or anything. I just kind of wanted to update you guys and, you know, put something out there. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm kind of putting a plan together. Sorry, this is probably the most boring video ever. I'm just gonna make a plan, and I think what that plan is gonna be, I'm going to clean up here. There's a bunch of stuff I know I'm not going to use up here and that I don't want to bury. I thought I was just going to be up here for maybe a few hours, but this is going to be an all-day thing. That's okay. It needs done. So I'm going to clean up here. All the things that don't need to stay up here, I'm going to take down. Put it where it needs to go or throw it away, whatever. And then I'm going to build the catwalk. And I don't need to insulate it now. So if I have to, or if I change my mind later, I'll do that later. Which actually reminds me, my chimney. This is the chimney, I think it's just my hot water tank that vents through here now. There was a big gap. It goes all the way to the basement, of course, but there was a big gap here. And I stuffed a bunch of insulation down in here. I used the spray foam first and then stuffed insulation down there because a bunch of the heat from the basement, from the wood burner, was just coming right out here, right up in the attic and outside. I don't feel any heat, so that's good. And this block is cold. So I guess that worked. I never really checked that. That's good. So, yeah, I guess, you know, as always, guys, thanks for the support. I think I'm just going to end this video here. But before you click away, let me know if you guys have any ideas, because like I said, I don't have the money to insulate this now, so I'm going to start my catwalk. So I know I definitely want to do one down the center. And then I'm going to, I have some obstacles too. I just realized I can't go exactly down the center. That's going to be okay. Let me know what you guys would do, or if you have any tips for me or anything. I'm always down for advice. And, man, this roof was leaking at one point. There's water marks on this rafter here. It's not wet now. It's not moldy or anything. So I actually learned from one of the neighbors that the house had caught on fire at one point. This side of the house, but this does. I don't know if they replaced that. It looks original, but yeah, I don't know. I got wire to clean up here and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me know what you guys, if you guys would do anything differently, if you have any tips maybe, or just ideas, even if you've never done this before. I know You know, you guys give me a lot of good ideas, so I'm always down for that. But tomorrow, I have some ideas for topics, and someone gave me an idea for a topic yesterday on yesterday's vlog. If you haven't watched it, go check that out. They gave me an idea. I think it would be a good idea, but I think this week I'm going to cover more of those topics. Because I know I said I got like, not, what would you say? Some people said they like when I just vlog. Some people said they like when I do topics. But I think when I do the topics, they do better. I get more people into that. And then the people that just like when I vlog, I think you guys are watching it too. So let me know. And I had a few people reach out to me too. They were just like, hey man, like I figured out how to comment with my YouTube account. I don't usually comment or whatever, but I appreciate you doing that. That's awesome. Guys, that really helps keep things in the feed. The account is growing. That was another topic I wanted to do. I sort of talked about like posting every day and stuff like that and how it's helping. I wanted to do an update on that just to show you guys like what it's doing, because I know some of you are inspiring to be to do what I'm doing, you know, and maybe it will kind of help. I don't completely have a roadmap, so I'm learning as I go, and that's why I'm posting these things to kind of show you. So hopefully that would help you guys out and maybe give you some better ideas, you know, because I'm not an expert, obviously, but I'm kind of documenting, creating the roadmap as I go and learning. And honestly, this is actually a good example. Sorry, I said I know I was going to end the vlog, but real quick, I mean, this is part of it. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I love making music and making content and stuff like that to entertain people, I have a bunch of stuff around the house that, you know, it builds up, and I just got to take a day or two and just do it to get my mind off of, you know, like I said before in one of my previous vlogs, taking a break. It might have been one of the short form vlogs, but taking a break is what has made me more creative. And I got that advice from you guys too. But, you know, these things around the house build up, and I just got to knock them out. You know what I mean? Like we're going to host Christmas this year. So my wife needed some help. She wants to clean and stuff, but she's also tired. You know, she works a job. So I helped her with some stuff this morning. I did some laundry. Started some laundry. The lint trap on the washer needed change. I swapped that out. Just little things that just need to be fixed and touched up or whatever. And this is one of them. This isn't necessary for the party, but I just need a break and to do things. So anyways, thanks for the support, guys. Let me know what you think as always, and I will see you tomorrow.